I live near Akron, Ohio.
Birthplace of Lebron James.
Are you guys tight? You and
Oh yeah,
LeBron?
like no, I actually don't like
Yeah.
him, but I have
Yeah.
seen him around. I ran into him there's like this local little store called Record Exchange, which dates me and you both.
For the record, Jim and I never dated.
He was buying like a Sega Genesis and like all the games and like buying them out, and it
Yeah.
was I was like he was just a kid at the time. I mean, he was probably in his mid 20s, or something. I'm like he never had a childhood. He played basketball and that
Yeah.
was pretty much it. So he's like loading up with the Sega Genesis.
He's catching up.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna twist this. I'm gonna make this a LeBron's a jerk story because like he's buying all the stuff. He can afford to buy it somewhere else, not here where he's stealing from the children.
Yeah. All those kids out there begging for Segas.
Yeah,
They're lined up outside. And LeBron
Yeah.
came in and just flung his money around.
He stole it all.
Yeah.
And he left in his Escalade, and that was it.
Yeah. Yelled something about see ya brats. And that was that. Sheesh. Oh, these stars.
Just a whole nother breed.
Speaking of breeding, Jim is pumping out books like a rabbit in heat.
How many nonfiction books have you?
I've written 3.
Okay.
2 were available like all over the place, and 1 was like included with a course.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this is kind of a venture off from the nonfiction like business or productivity or self-help or anything like that. So writing this book and like releasing it into the world, I was like, how's this going to go over? Because there's a lot of bad language in it. It's not pulling any punches. Like it's one of those, it punches you and it follows through. And it was scary at first, but now it's like a few people have gotten back to me and the feedback's been really good.
Okay.
And I'm floored. I mean, we make so many assumptions, Doc. Like, ooh, that older grandma, she doesn't want to read this crime novel. I kid you not. I've gotten praise from older grandmas, and I'm like, whoa, we need to just quit with the assumptions.
Yeah,
like, people
sure.
love stories, period.
We need to know what Bite the Bullet is really about.
It's about a guy named Ryan Malone, who is the head of the gang task force in Southside Chicago. And he's an idealist, an optimist who's really wanting to clean up the streets. And as he's on this noble mission to clean up the streets, like everything that can go wrong basically does go wrong. And he finds himself in the middle of a gang war, and there's cartels, and he's losing people that are close to him. And it's just basically a high octane thriller with cops versus drug dealers, frankly. And it's just been so much fun. I really am pulling hard on my Tarantino influences, my Elmore Leonard influences, The Wire, The Shield, all those great kind of cop stories.
Very gritty.
Yeah, and pulling on those and saying, okay, these guys didn't do this. I'm going to go do something different. And it's just been so much fun. And this is the first book in the series. I'm not going to have like, that long, lead child kind of Jack Reacher thing where there's a bunch of books.
Okay.
I'm talking like a trilogy. I can't do the long.
Yeah.
Because I really want it to be exciting, and I want there to be high stakes.
Okay. I like steaks.
I know you do. Over chicken, especially.
You
Take the
bet.
steak.
Out of nowhere, I land a brilliant idea for a sequel.
It's the son of Malone. Maybe his name's Jimmy Malone.
Malone. I like that.
And he has a dream also of cleaning up the streets, but it's a little bit different. He drives a street sweeper.
Nice.
And he just wants to see the streets clean.
They're all
Clean.
civil servants, man. They're all civil servants.
Yeah. And if he sees a crime going down, he just uses the street sweeper and takes him out. Yeah.
I'm literally working on like the second book now. If I was following the rules, I would be like, ooh, I have the second one ready right now. Here, buy it. But I'm a human,
sure.
And that's the one thing it's like a lot of people will set these examples and be like, yes, you need to release a trilogy and you have to have the first book free and the second and third and get them in a funnel. And I'm kind of like, I don't.
Who
I don't
says you
really
have
think
to
that
do anything? You know.
true.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of doing unique. So you just do, what you feel is going to work. Because honestly, if it didn't, you can't guarantee it's going to work the way that it worked for everybody else.
Completely agree, because timing and context really do matter.
Yeah.
And topics, characters, there's so much that,
Yeah.
title, cover. I mean, there are a million different little pieces of the puzzle.
I have to find out if Bite the Bullet will be available as an audiobook.
Someone asked me about audiobooks, like if I would do mine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, there's females in my book. I'm not sure remotely how to do that. There's a black gangster leader of the gangster disciples. I'm like, I can't do it justice. There's no way. I mean, even if I wrote it great as dialogue, if I do it in my voice, or if I can't do a Latino woman. I just can't.
Now I want the audiobook, Jim. You need to make this happen.
It would be like The Room.
You are lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa. Oh, hi, Mark.
That's why we need it.
The problem is I could do parts of it okay.
Sure.
Like parts of it would have, but then it'd be like that left turn. You'd be like, whoa, what just happened? He does have a son. His name is not Jimmy. It's ironically James. Which is close enough.
Well, I was close. See,
you were very close.
This is meant to be.
It really is.
That's a sign. It's a sign, Jim.
I don't know how to do James's voice because he's 4 years old. I'd have to get my own son. I could get him for that little bit, but
yeah.
I don't see. Man.
So you've already cast one character.
This is gonna be like hurting.
The
cats,
wheels are in motion, man. Let's do this.
Maybe I just need to get some more actors in the mix.
Yeah. I'll play the Latino woman.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I'm ready. Let's go.
This could really end badly.
Oh, it's going to end horribly.
I noticed Jim has a snazzy endorsement.
I'm a huge fan of Jim Woods. He doesn't just write great ideas, he lives them. Something I've personally seen him do for the last 3 years. His hustle is a big inspiration to me. Now, did you write that and he approved it, or did he write that himself?
He officially wrote that. I did not. If I would have said, hey, and he's very tall. That's what I would have said. I'm very tall. I would have said, and Jim Woods is very tall, and
yeah,
and he writes like Tarantino, but even better. I would have went really.
Yeah, you would have gone way out there. This is definitely John, not you. Okay.
Absolutely, it is.
I saw Jon Acuff about a year ago outside a Five Guys Burgers in Brentwood, Tennessee. And I thought about saying hi, and then I didn't. That was that.
I'm proud of Jim, but I am concerned the release of his book and subsequent sequel might give him a big fat head.
I want my own street. If there's King James Way, I want my own street too, doggone it.
Well, you see, we're already starting to see a little bit of
I know. That ego just keeps getting...
Yeah, you're like, well, I won't be like that. I just want it Jim Woods Way. It sounds very suburban.
Yeah, it does. It sounds very white, doesn't it?
Yeah, very
white.
A few.
Yeah, it sounds like part of a subdivision for sure.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, cookie cutter houses. It's just very lame. If we want to go egg a house, we'll go on Jim Woods Way. If we're gonna TP a place, that's where we go.
Flaming dog, pile of dog poo in a bag.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So you done it?
I've never done that. All my experiences are from, I think is that Billy Madison, or is that Happy Gilmore?
Billy Madison. Okay. Well, once you get your street, you should do that. I'm going to out myself here, Jim, and I admit that I have lit a bag of dog poo and left it on a porch. I'm not going to say whose, I'm not going to say where, but it did happen. And I would like to apologize right now to anyone that I harmed in my youthful, jubilant, just a couple weeks ago.